Hello everyone, welcome. Welcome to Swadhyaya Challenge. It has been an incredible journey so far. With Swadhyaya Challenge has been launched since last February. It's going so great. And today we have another great master from Atlanta. So I would like to give a brief intro about the master who has agreed to come and share his wisdom. Arun Alladurgam is working as a platform engineer for a corporate company, lives in Atlanta. Arun has started his spiritual journey way back in his college days, and he also comes from a meditation background, family, and he's a young father. He has been so actively participating and giving his services in the form of all types of forms, like as a wisdom and also in participating in the events and running the events in Atlanta and also in the PSSM USA, PMC USA, Dhyana Mahachakram USA, that is nothing but MMS2. So, welcome. I would like to invite Fani Garu to host this session and give a brief about what we are going to learn today. You're in mute, Fanigar.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, hi. Hi, everyone. So today we are going to, in this session, our master Arun is going to explain about the enlightenment. What is this? What is the enlightenment and what are the types of enlightenments? What are the benefits of enlightenments? And also the main motive of the meditation behind of, after doing the meditation, what we are going to benefit it. So these are the things, okay, we are going to learn from the Arun master, and he is going to share about his experience and what he gained from the meditation. So this will be more helpful for us, okay, to travel in the spiritual journey and to do the meditation. Yeah. Yes,
Yeah,
master.
thank you so much, Fani and Pushpa. I'm so happy that we are here to talk about enlightenment and various sort of enlightenments that we have as part of our spiritual journey and spiritual progress. Before we continue doing on this one, right? Like let's do five to 10 minutes of meditation, and then we can start discussing about this book. Okay. So yeah, let's sit in a comfortable position. Sit as relaxed as possible, as comfortable as possible, and start observing your normal, natural breath. Close your eyes, clasp your hands, cross your legs. normal natural breath. Next 2 minutes, please. Just observe your breath. Last time. On your eyes for 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Okay, friends. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah. Hello, friends. My name is Arun Alladurgam. I am from Atlanta, Georgia. Today, I chose Enlightenment. Ante, it's in Telugu. That was written by Brahmashi Patriji. And I'm just trying to understand that book. And I thought like this book is so natural and we kind of need this kind of knowledge on our daily basis to understand what's enlightenment is all about. So I just I've created one small PPT out of this book. So let me share that PPT and then we can start talking about that. I'm not a great designer, so I just tried some of it. Yeah, I hope, can you see my screen? Able to see it?
Yes, sir.
No.
No?
Yes. Yeah, I'm able to see.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, so let's try to understand, friends. So this is first time I'm giving it in this way. So I hope if there is any corrections or anything that you feel like sharing, you can share it at the end of the session. Okay. Yeah, friends. So let's talk about enlightenment. Let's try to understand like what is enlightenment is all about. Um, so enlightenment is nothing but it's basically one divine way of living. So it could be a, something like a fairy, a beautiful way of human life, or an upgraded one, who person who understands everything but still lives like a normal life. Understands every kind of situation, uh, every way of life, and also still he'll be able to mingle with everyone and get ourselves as a normal life. So it's a wide variety of mental attitude. So everything that we do, right? There is an advanced way of doing the same thing again and again, right? Like so, we just initial days like when we are eating, right? Like when we are kid, we eat in a different way, and as we progress, right? Like the way we eat actually advances, right? Like it advances in a way, in a better way. Every time we chew, and every time what kind of food that we are eating, how many calories that we are taking, and how what kind of sattvic food that we are eating. So although the eating process same from childhood to the adult, and then like old, but still there is a lot of things that we learn as part of this process, the eating process. In the same way, it will be the same life that we are going to have again and again. But the way we live that life, the way we perceive that life, we just get ourselves better every other life, and we kind of advance ourselves. So enlightenment is one such life. It's going to be the same thing as previous lives, but the way we perceive the things, the way the mental attitude, the skill sets that we accumulate on that particular life, we apply that in that particular life. So that is what is all about. So now let's try to understand like what is like how an enlightened person uh, look at it, and how the dark people, the person who's in the dark reality, right? How they see the same life as. So this is first thing, the way we speak, right? The way we speak, we say like uh, whoever is in the dark mode, or who's not enlightened, right? They say like, I know everything. I was the only one who knows everything about my surroundings. So all these things, right? All these things, we are still they are not enlightened, and they are yet to enlighten. But the enlightened person, the other side, they said like, I know few things. I might know, do not know few things. So they never say that I know complete stuff. I know in and around of everything. No, that is an enlightened person will never say like I know complete stuff. So we always in the part of the picture, in the middle of the picture, where we kind of know few things and where we doesn't know few things. And next, the other acceptance that we need to have is I know few things, and the other person who also knows few things. It doesn't mean that I know everything, and the person opposite to me doesn't know anything. Nothing like that. So we always kind of in an acceptance mode, where we tend to listen to other people, where we kind of understand other people, and we kind of share what we know. So all this stuff will be there in an enlightened person. Now, in the qualities of an enlightenment person. Next, I exactly know that everything is destined to merge with universal consciousness. Most of the people, like the unenlightened person speak like everyone. What is moksha? So everyone will say that we are going to merge in a divine consciousness or in the universal consciousness, and there won't be any other lives after this one. So as if we know complete stuff, and we are saying that we are going to merge into the universal consciousness. But that's not how it works, right? An enlightened person says that okay, there may be a chance that we might, I mean, once we are fully enlightened, right? There may be a chance that we might merge with the higher self, or we might become like what higher self is doing the work, right? Like I might do the same sort of work what an higher self usually do. So we kind of always, in a way, in a way we kind of see things, but we will never conclude that this is how it's going to be. This is how it's going to work. No, will never conclude it in any way. And next, the unenlightened person always says that I'm just body and I have mind. I have some sort of intellectual mind. So an enlightened person says like I'm eternal and everything is within me, and everything outside what I am seeing now, right? Like, that is also is part of me. So anyone who is complaining against me is also part of me. Anyone who is criticizing me, praising me is also part of me. So anyone who is trying to help me is also part of me. Anyone whom I am helping is also part of me. So this kind of an eternal thing, and we always never destined to something like we will not create any destination and will stop ourselves right there, right? Like an enlightened person will never say that this is the target and this is the destination and there is nothing after that. So an enlightened person will always say that there could be a destination for now is this thing, and there may be something after that also. So this is what we always need to have as part of our journey. Next thing is there is no separate consciousness. Like I'm an individual and there is another individual and there is someone who's sitting right next to me is another individual and they have their own way. Nothing like that. So everything, an enlightened person will see it as oneness. Like everything is within me and is also part of me. The one who is hosting, the one who is speaking, the one who is listening is also part of me. They are all one and they are just sharing the knowledge with each other and trying to help each other. So it's just like a body in our body, like brain actually functions and it will send the signals to all the different parts of the body. And they will do their, each and every part of the body has its own definite purpose and that's how it works. And that doesn't mean the leg is more important than the hand and the brain is more important than heart. Nothing like that. Everything has its own specific unique feature and we have to encourage that feature and we have to also give the specialty to it, right? Next, the second thing is defining the responsibilities of others. It's something like we kind of have lot of definitions. I mean, an enlightened person will always have lot of definitions, like this person has done this thing, this person should do these kind of things, and this person is not doing the way he it's supposed to do, and all these kind of judgments we keep doing it. Like someone will say like okay, these people are always like this. Some Atlanta people has to do this kind of work, and some New Jersey people has to do these kind of things. Or someone from India, they are always like this, and they only do this kind of stuff. So all these things, all these definitions, right? These unenlightened people will have all these kind of definitions every time whenever you go to them, and they'll kind of give these kind of judgments or something. They'll define it, but an enlightened person will always give freedom. So there is nothing like you are specific to, you are destined to do this kind of work, you are specific to this purpose and there is no other work that you have to do, or you are specific to some particular department and that's where you always need to work. Nothing like that. Freedom, you are always having freedom. You allow everyone to do their own job in their own way, and they have their own specialty to explore what they want to do. So that is how an environment will be created from an enlightened person. And next, the last one is a person who's in a dark mode, right? Like they always feel like, I love my country, I love my caste, I love only human beings, I have humanists, I am kind of feminist, I am kind of, I don't know what else, masculinist. So I'm kind of, what you call, I'm an animal lover, I'm a nature lover. All these things, I mean, we are just confined to one particular thing and we kind of love only this particular thing. And something like some people say like if I'm an Indian, I must hate Pakistan. If I'm an American, I must hate Russia. There is something like that. So we always define ourselves and we sort of limit ourselves to one particular thing, and we start hating the other things that are not in that particular stuff. All right. So I kind of hate these particular people, those who belongs to some particular caste, or I love only my caste. I don't talk to any other caste, creed, or something. Like all these kind of stuff are like very, 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 very low level of energy and low level of what we call is as unenlightened person. Irrespective of your color, creed, caste, country, culture, what kind of culture you are from, it doesn't matter to you if you are an enlightened person. You are always friend to the one whoever, no matter what background they came from, what kind of location they came from, what kind of energy they are carrying, what kind of principles that they are attaining every day. So nothing actually matters to you when you are an enlightened person. You can always talk to everyone, you can always be a friend with everyone, you can always love everyone. It doesn't matter like where they came from, where they are actually from. Okay, so that is how qualities that we need to improve in ourselves to become enlightened. So let's go to the next one. So now these are the features that we need to always have if you want to become an enlightened person. So the first thing is, uh, so whenever someone comes to you and asks for help, we say like it's your karma. Because of your karma, you become like that. And so you have to always face all these consequences since you kind of did so and so work. Nothing like that. So you always help people, be compassionate, let them learn from their own mistakes, but still you'll try to help sort out as a friend, not completely taking and owning the responsibilities of what they are doing. But you will always give some helping hand, lend your hand to get uplift them. Like that is how an enlightened person will do. He will not go away or get away from the situation. And one more thing is we always do these things as a compassionate person. We are not, we don't see like, okay, here is a problem. You are the one who did this mistake. You are the one, we kind of stop blaming the people, stop complaining about the people who have done the mistake. So we are always compassionate. Okay, that's fine. Let it happen. That's okay. We have learned our lesson. We'll try not to repeat these kind of mistakes. That's fine. Even ignore the mistakes. So that is what we always have in our mind, to be compassionate with other people. Although like what kind of mistake they did, like it doesn't matter for us. So let's accept the mistakes and move on. Like if you are not doing any mistake, then you are not an enlightened person. An enlightened person will always do mistakes. He always try to do new things and then learn from it. So that is the quality that we always need to have if you want to become an enlightened person. So you always start learning from the mistakes that you have done or things that you haven't done. So you always try to explore things, do mistakes, learn from it, and then do new mistakes. So it's a continuous process. It's never you'll never be kind of try to become perfect and you stop doing it, right? So you always have an improvement in improve the limit of tolerance. So some people will have a kind of intolerant to few things. Like if someone eats around you with smacking or something, right? Like you kind of become intolerant. And someone who is doing something against to you, you become intolerant. So there is nothing like that. You always keep improving yourself, like anything that is going against you around you, but you still feel like calm. Okay, that's fine. Let it happen. So that's a kind of state of mind that you always need to be. So this is one sort of quality that we need to improve in ourselves to become enlightened. And next, the next thing is learn from the mistakes and improve. Learn from good things and bad things. An enlightened person will learn from a positive person and also the negative person. So it's like if someone and we always have this kind of quality, right? Like if there is a negative person in there, right? Like we stop listening to them, we start understanding their life, we stop talking to him or kind of not discussing with him at all. It's not like that. There are people who does mistakes. There are people who always do some crimes or kind of situations with total negativity. So we have to learn from them as well. Like, okay, these are the things that we shouldn't do. These are the things that we are not allowed to do. If you are doing these kind of things, then this is what the consequences are. Okay, I have learned a lesson. From this negative person, I have learned this kind of lesson. Okay, from positive person also, we kind of learn the same thing. Okay, this is how the consequences are. This is what the things are. Like if you do these kind of good deeds. So an enlightened person will always learn, no matter what, where he is. An enlightened person is always is thriving to learn new things from around the people. So if someone says like, oh, some bad things about it. Okay, if you are doing like this, okay, this is what our mindset will be. This is how we always think. Like, we someone come to you and tell all the negative things happening in the news, then you keep calm, listen to them, and understand that okay, if we keep watching news, we kind of become like this, and we kind of judge things. We kind of complain about the world and all that stuff. Okay, this is what we have learned. So thank you, Swamiji, for teaching me this stuff, like how we wanted to, how we have to be and how we should not be. And this is how sir used to always like, right? Like he always try to listen to the people who says lot of, like we know that he's talking shit. But still, sir used to listen carefully and understand, okay, Swamiji, thank you, Swamiji, something like that. He's always very compassionate about the people who are telling some good things, bad things, negative, positive, nonsense, everything. Like he used to listen carefully and learn from it. So he's always learning. So in the same way, we are also, we should start learning from everyone around us, no matter what it is, what kind of teachings that they are doing. We kind of always in learning stuff as if we are kind of begging. So we are always begging the wisdom. So we kind of put our hands like this, and okay, Swamiji, whatever the wisdom that you share, please, I'm kind of begging you and requesting you for this kind of knowledge for me, so that I learn, I grow. It's pure selfish thing. It's pure selfish things, what we usually say, right? And next, last thing is an enlightened master keeps calm in best, both worst and best situations. So we always have this tendency to react in a positive way for the best situations that happens to us, and react in a very negative way, or depressed or suffering and all that stuff for the worst situations that we face in our life, right? So, so an enlightened person will always see things, keep calm. Okay, this is the learning. Okay, this situation fades away. Whatever the situation that could be, it could be a best scenario, it could be a negative scenario, it could be something that is really life-changing moment, but he still sit calm and enjoys the moment, no matter what kind of moment that is. Okay, so this is these are a few qualities that we'll have for an enlightenment person, enlightened person. Okay. So now let's try to understand a few things with positive people or negative people, or enlightened or unenlightened person. Like sir used to say this one as chikati bratuku. I don't know like what we call it in English. I kind of sensed it as a dark life, and an enlightenment life. So an enlightenment life is nothing but you are full of light. So if you have a light in your room, you know what object is located at and where it is and what is after that, and everything you see it, right? If there is a light in the room, you will see all the objects placed in that particular room. If you don't have light, if it is dark, you will not see a piece in that particular room. Although the pieces are there, the objects are there, but you still don't see them because there is no light in that particular room. In the same way, if you become enlightened in your life, you will see things as they are, and you don't expect anything from that particular life, right? So otherwise, you always have complaints. You kind of start blaming people for all the reality that happened in your life. Oh, because of this particular person, I have become like that. Okay, this particular person uh, um, has done something wrong with me, and because of that, I have become lost. Nothing like that. Enlightened person will always see like, okay, I created my reality. This is my reality. I am the only responsible person. for this particular reality. Let's face the consequences. Okay, whatever the learnings that I have for this particular life, I chose these kind of situations to learn those uh, s- uh, learn from those situations, so that I become strong, so that I will become very compassionate in my life, so that I will become something great in my life. That's why I chose these kind of situations, these kind of scenarios in my life. So an enlightened person will always see things like this. In an enlightened person's life, the life will not be different from the person who is not enlightened. The life will be same, the situations are same, the things that's happening in their life is same, but the way they perceive, the way they see the things are really different, really different. So yeah, that's how the things are. Okay, the next thing. So an enlightenment life attached and detached as a water droplet on a lotus flower. So he's always in the he is like a droplet. It looks like an attached one. It is always attached to that lotus flower, but still it is not attached. It is detached always. He's always in the life. He's always enjoying the things. Always does his job, but still he's not attached to any of the moments that's happening in his life. But whereas the person who is in the who's not enlightened, right? Like he's fully attached to the situations. He's fully full of suffering. He's full of enjoyment, full of happiness, or full of whatever that happens, right? Like if he buy a car, then he's fully happy. If he lost the car, he's full sad. If he's getting a job, he's full happy again. If he lost the job, oh my God, I lost the job. He got his baby, he's full happy. If there is something wrong with the baby, then he's full sad. Nothing like that. So an enlightened person will never attach to any kind of situations. He's always living those situations as a droplet on a lotus flower. So this is what we always need to learn from our life and become enlightened. And next, an enlightenment life always aware of the circumstances and prepared for it. So we are fully aware of our circumstances. We are fully aware of the situations that we get, and we we just kind of behave based on those situations, those circumstances, and we are fully aware that okay, these circumstances, these things will happen. I kind of sensed it like long way before, and now I'm prepared for it. Okay, no matter what, I'll be prepared for it. So these kind of awareness will always be there in an enlightenment life. But whereas in the life of an enlightened person, you always create chaos. You always create kind of confusion for every situation. Okay, what's going to happen in the next life? What's going to happen now? Okay, now I kind of happen in this kind of situations. He always like in fear mode. He's always in the dark realities. He's always in like suffering, for every situation he's kind of suffer no matter what. Like even if he has a good job, he kind of feels suffering. Even if he has a not a good job, he always feels suffering. No, but in enlightened person life, it's always like no matter what kind of job he is wearing, what kind of circumstances he is facing in, he's always joyful no matter what. And now next, an enlightenment person is always scientific with full spiritual temperament, and vice versa. Like a person with full spiritual knowledge has scientific temperament. And a person will always have these kind of qualities. So he's half scientific, half spiritual. So there is nothing like fully spiritual, I don't understand this material, nothing like that. So an enlightened person will always be in the middle path and try to see things on the left side, on the right side. But on the other side, you always be either fully scientific or fully spiritual. Both of them are really kind of take you away from the process of enlightenment, right? So you always have half scientific, half spiritual. N- and should not be kind of going to the edges of either of side. I hope, I think my English is not that great, so I hope you kind of understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, the next thing is an enlightened person always express what's inside. So he's never uh, he doesn't mingle the words, or he kind of means what um, kind of what you call, like you have something inside and you are expressing something outside. So you are always kind of speaking your heart. So whatever that comes in your heart, you just speaks open up. You just openly speaks whatever you feel like. If you kind of want to criticize someone, okay, criticize openly. If you kind of having some angry on someone, just come on, show your angriness to everyone. So whatever that happens here, it comes out. There is nothing that's going to hide in between, and no kind of start doing drama. But on this side, other side, you always maintain two pictures. You have something inside and something outside. You always have something hiding inside, and you always express something outside. You kind of talk really good in here on top when they meet each other, and you once they are gone, right? Like you are speaking something else about that person or negative. Like always try to give your own definition of the people who's not here. All right. So nothing like that. So an enlightened person will always speak openly. He always says whatever he feel like telling. There is once he is gone, right? Like will not do anything. Um, we are not going to talk about that guy if he's not here in person. So this is the main quality that we always need to attain for ourselves. So whenever you have something, right, like tell straight away to them, although it is bad or good. An enlightened person will always carry this quality. Now, enlightenment life, always aware that we are masters. So we are always aware that we are masters. We are the ones who created our reality. We are the one who actually uh, the master of our life. We know everything about our life. We are the one who's deciding what's happening in our life. We are the ones who's creating our life in the way we want. So this kind of mentality that we always have if we are enlightened, or if you want to become enlightened. Whereas the other side, there is someone who is going to help me. There is someone who's sitting on top of me, and under his guidance, I'm trying to work like this. Under his guidance, I'm becoming like that. Because of his blessings, my life has become like this. Because of someone giving some help to me, I have become like that. Nothing like that. So even if you are getting some help, right, that help is also created because of you. You created that help from external side to learn something from outside. So you always have this kind of mentality in your life, so that you will become enlightened. So there is nothing outside. There is nothing someone who's trying to what you call help, or like you are never a slave to anyone. You are never someone under anyone. There is no one under you. There is no one on top of you. Okay, we are all masters. We are all friends. We are all learning. We are all gods to each other. So there is nothing like high, low, hierarchical, something like that. We are all like at the same level, learning from each other. So everyone has their own specialty. So there is nothing like there is no tree is bigger than a plant. Plant has its own features. Trees has its own features. Apple has its own features. Oranges has its own features. There is no orange is a slave to some tree called apple. What kind of comparison is this? You cannot do that, right? So that is what an enlightened person will always check. So we always kind of master to ourselves. We are never a slave to anyone, and we are creating our life. We are not judging anyone else in our life. If some situation happens in our life, yes, there is some situation I created for myself to learn something, to become stronger, to become brighter, to become like shining. A diamond shines. Diamond has lot of nurtures when we are trying to create a diamond, right? So all these kind of things happens in our life just because we wanted to shapen up ourselves sharpen up ourselves to become stronger and stronger. So that's the reason we kind of created these kind of situations. Everyone has their own kind of challenges in their life. Because of their challenges, they learn, they adapt, they grow, and that's how we become diamond one day. And now, enlightenment, always joyful with full smiles. So whenever an enlightened person is around you, you're always feeling happy, you're always joyful. And enlightened person usually criticizes himself, cracking some jokes on himself, but not on others. An enlightened person will always praise someone, but he'll not criticize, crack jokes, and make fun out of the situation. And this will never happen with an enlightened person. So an enlightened person will always be full of joyful, full of happy, no matter what kind of situation that is. But on the other side, if you're not able to make yourself enlightened, you start complaining about people, you kind of judge people. Okay, these people are like that, these people are like this, these people will never work, these people will never do this kind of work. I kind of did a lot of work, but these people came and interrupted my work, and that's why I was not able to make things happen. Like all this stuff, right? Like all these complaints, all these judgments, all this happens with someone who's not enlightened. So make yourself very available to everyone. Make fun of yourself. That's fine. And try to not degrade yourself. But fun is okay. But don't degrade anyone. In fact, anyone. Don't degrade, don't downgrade any of the people around you. Try to help them if possible. Try to make them laugh. Try to make them smile. That's fine. But as long as like everyone is happy with it, not even a single person should feel bad or should feel criticized or should feel like low because of your words. If there is something that's happening like that, then you need to check yourself. If someone is feeling bad about the words that you're speaking, then you need to really check what's happening. You have to self-assess yourself and see where exactly the mistakes are happening, and then start improving yourself and thus become enlightened through that. Right? Like all these things, like whatever you just feel wherever you feel like comfortable, and try to improve from there. Like all the dark life, dark realities, right? Like try to check for yourself and then start improving from there and become enlightened. Okay, so there are a bunch of things that Sar explained in this book. Each and every line, right? Like that will. So if you understand one line of this particular book, right, you will pass one lifetime. Just to understand one life, we have to take lifetimes. Just to cross that one block, you have to make yourself available on this earth planet again and again to understand these things. So this book is very, very, very small book, but each and every line in that book, it will take our lifetime ages to understand what's there. One simple words, one, two, three simple lines, but to help ourselves understand that one, to live that particular thing, it will take ages for us to adopt, to learn, to kind of understand what is enlightenment is all about. Enlightenment is nothing but like you'll not get superpowers, you'll not have a super intelligence, or you're not super fast in understanding. But these are all simple, simple things in our daily life. So in spirituality, all the simple and small things becomes bigger, and in reality, all the large things will become smaller and smaller. The more and more you learn, right, in spirituality, you feel like each and every minute things you'll try to understand in a better way. Yeah. So yeah, that's about this one. And next, let's go to the next one. So here, you cannot make someone enlightened. This is one of the major important thing that we always need to remember. Just because of some blessings you become enlightened, then you cannot do that. You are not an enlightened person. You cannot make someone enlightened at all. It is their own choice, their own will. Because of their own will, they'll become enlightened. You cannot heal anyone. If you are healing anyone, then you're not going to be enlightened anywhere soon. If you are making someone enlightened, then you are really in what you call hallucination. You are hallucinating yourself that you have made someone enlightened, someone you have healed someone, or you made someone become brighter. Nothing like that. It is their own choice. It is their own will. It is their own choice. Because of their own choice, they have become enlightened. Not because of someone's blessings, not because of some puja, some rata. It's all because of their meditation practice, their meditation energy. It's because of their enthusiasm in them, in their thirst in learning new things every time. That quality in you makes you enlightened person. There is no one else outside who's making you an enlightened person. This is a complete reality that we need to always have, and that is how the life is all about. So yeah, I think that's gonna be all. And there is a lot of things that I kind of not able to put them in this book, in this PPT, but these are the few things that I wanted to highlight to understand what is enlightenment is all about. In simple term, what I can say is an enlightened person is a perfect middle path person. He's a perfect uh, what you call like samsara. He's always in the family life. He's always understanding the spirituality, understanding science. He's always in the family, also is not attached. He's always doing his job, but he's not attached. He's always with friends, but he's not attached. He's always making fun, but he's not attached. He is always seeing the sufferings, but he's not the real sufferer. He is in the real dark and worse situations, but he's not attached. So you're having friends, you're having enemies, you're having family, you're having job. You're there in everywhere possible, but you're still not attached. You're just living the moment. You're living the moment. You're enjoying the moment. You're having a perfect moment to experience something in your life. So these are kind of 1% of this book that I have covered. And there is still 99% to explore in the same book, which is just 19 pages of the book. But if you keep exploring and practicing in your daily life, right, one day you'll become enlightened for sure. So yeah, I think that's about it, friends. I wanted to give some 8 minutes of time to you. You can ask questions. You can share your enlightenment. I mean, what is enlightenment for you? And you can say like, um, what do you think of an enlightenment? What kind of persons you see? Uh, how do you define an enlightenment in other persons or in you? You can share these things. Yeah, please. Let me stop sharing. I don't know how do I stop this one. Okay, got it. Yeah, friends, please post your questions. Please ask your questions, or you can discuss like what is enlightenment for you.
Thank you, Arun Garu. Very well explained, which is with a very simple and easy examples that everybody will go through in day-to-day life. So one question I have is, I'm asking this on behalf of others. How do we get enlightened?
By practicing these simple things, excuse me, by practicing these simple things in our daily life, we become enlightened one day. Yeah, there is if you remember, like there used to be sessions with Enlightenment Hour back in those days, like 2 or 3 years back with Patri sir. try to follow them. There used to be Enlightenment Hour series, like for almost 6 or 7 months. So each and every week, we used to have these kind of sessions, and sir used to ask questions to the people. Swamiji, what is enlightenment? That is a question he used to ask to everyone who's there in the call. Like whoever raises their hand, they need to explain what is enlightenment for them. So this used to happen, and there are bunch of answers for enlightenment. There is bunch of answers people used to give, and sir used to clap and appreciate those talks, and he used to write few things like, okay, okay, this is what the enlightenment is. Okay, he used to write like a child. So that is how the enthusiasm should be whenever we wanted to become enlightened. So we kind of write them, we kind of understand them, kind of implement them in our life, and thus learn from that particular wisdom. So every time the enlightenment, the definition changes, and we should adapt the new definitions for the same enlightenment. We learn there is enlightenment before enlightenment, there is enlightenment during enlightenment, there is enlightenment after enlightenment. So the first stage of enlightenment, I would say, is do meditation, become vegetarian, become part of the service. And then there is something that comes in the second stage, something that comes in the third stage, something that comes in the fourth stage. So there are like several stages in the same enlightenment process.
Thank you.
Yes, Arun, thank you. Thank you so much. Given very valuable informations related to enlightenment. Actually, I thought of asking few doubts, but they are clarified in your explanation. So that's great. And moreover, I mean, when I traveled with you, okay, maybe it's been 6 months, I guess. I mean, 8 months. Okay, when I did some journey, whatever the points you explained related to the enlightenment, okay, and as well as dark life and enlightenment life. So when I see you, that is, you completely traveled in enlightenment life. Now you are in enlightenment life, what I feel. Okay, so you never say that you know everything. Okay, you never say that I know this one, this one. You always say that I know limited, right? Yes, Pushpakar, I think.
Yeah.
Right. So
It's always like that.
yeah, really. And not only that, and personality wise also. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Lakshmi Devi ji, for yeah. Yeah, I think that's about it. Thank you, friends. Yeah, if you don't have any questions,
Yeah, thank you, Arun. This is Sirisha.
hi, Sirisha.
Wonderful. Yeah, and one more thing, enlightenment is nothing but common sense, just simple common sense. That's what Patriji says.
Yeah, I think whatever I said, right? Like it's all if
Yeah,
you put
yeah,
that in one single word, right? Like then that is common sense.
that is common sense. Yes, even I learned from Patriji. I followed enlightenment hour, so that's where I even same all concepts. But implementation part, it will take some time, but we need to be aware of that. Slowly, we'll get there.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
you are a perfect example for whatever you said today. So wonderful. You perfectly apt the subject, choose the subject. Thank you.
Thank you. It was just a random day. Like Pushpa asked, like there is no one for this particular week, so I thought of came, and it was all unplanned. I do not have a plan like this. Even I prepared a PPT like 1 hour back. Yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you, Sirisha, for yeah. Common sense is the main important key. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions? It can be any question. May not be right or wrong. Any question is good question. Krishna Chaitanya, do you want to ask any question? She's my cousin from Canada.
Oh wow! Thanks, Krishna Chaitanya ji, for coming here all the way.
Okay, I think we can.